Greetings, Exoplanet community. This is our development log. My name is Alexei, and I want to tell you about all the new features we added to the game's alpha version since the last update. I think we can start with the Bounty Hunter terminal improvements. Initially, it was shown to the audience in the last update, but it was more like a cosmetic asset. The terminal did not offer much interactivity to the player. In a world of Exoplanet, where the most of the human colonists live in small enclaves or remote settlements, it serves as a main medium for distribution of important news and a notice board to set bounties and rewards for fulfilling different missions and also posting trading requests. After releasing the 11th update, we continued to work on terminal's functionality, and our first goal was to make it easy and convenient to interact with it and to create an interface that will not break the gameplay flow for the player. The interface capable of displaying any text and pictures we want to show. To achieve this, we needed to implement the off-screen rendering algorithm, which renders the objects to the texture, and then this texture is applied to the in-game 3D model in real time. As a great interface solution, we use the open-source library called CGUI, and surprisingly, it helped us once again. The developers of this library have released an update exactly at the same time as we were struggling with the interactive interface. Remarkable coincidence was the fact that they have added an off-screen rendering functionality this time, and this allowed us to create a very flexible interface for the Bounty Hunter terminal. Thanks to this happy coincidence and a lot of work put into coding by our programmer, now our terminal is completely interactive. There are three basic tabs in Bounty Hunter terminal: News, Jobs and Wanted posters. First two are just placeholders, and they will be filled with more story-related information in the future updates. The Wanted tab works as intended, showing a couple of our generous pre-orderers who have sent us their photos previously. If you have the Wanted poster reward tier and desire to be famous in the world of Exoplanet, send us your photos, and we will add them to the database of the Bounty Hunter terminal in the upcoming updates. For those who are familiar with our game's concept, it's not a secret that we are counting the authentic atmosphere of the environments as one of the most important features. In one of the previous updates, we demonstrated the dynamic sky system. Now Exoplanet has complete day-night cycle simulation. There is more new dynamic environment features in this alpha build. We decided to push it further and added a first elements of dynamic weather effects. Now walking on the wild planet Catharsis, you can observe how the density of atmosphere, the clouds and the distance of view will change. We have the true dust and sandstorms in our schedule in the future, as well as even more aggressive weather and environmental threats, which will create unique gameplay challenge for the adventurers. By the way, I highly recommend you to walk around in the current build at night, especially when it's cloudy and there is no moon in the sky, in dusty weather. Imagine the stealth mission in these conditions, and the terror of the guards who will be picked one by the player, or your own primal fear of darkness when you are all alone exploring the wilderness. For quite a long period of time, our alpha version was more than tech demonstration. The first main storyline related NPC Professor Limfather appeared, but he wasn't too talkative and sociable, and refused to give the player any quests even at gunpoint. Now we can finally present you our first completely functional NPC, the speaking Professor Limfather. He is available for conversation at any point, and will provide some information about his surroundings, about the situation in general, as well as offering some job options to the player. For us, this was one big step closer to making Exoplanet an actual RPG, which took a lot of effort and thought to create and master. We need to develop a dialogue engine and a quest editor, and also some additional content to create as first quests. Working on them, we learned the real difficulty of producing complex dialogues and interesting missions, that differ from the simple go, kill something, bring items to the quest giver patterns. We also tried hard to show the personality of the main character and the NPCs in their dialogue lines. Now it is up to you, the players, to rate our results and point us if we are heading in the wrong direction or doing well. Despite all the difficulties with the dialogues and quests, we like this process of making the world of Exoplanet alive. And we will continue to do it in the next updates. And finally, a couple of words about the optimization. In this build we have implemented the occlusion culling. Briefly, this technology can be explained like this. Previously, our engine has to process all the objects, even if they were hidden behind each other, like a house hidden behind a rock. And of course it had a huge impact on FPS. Now the hidden objects are being called and the engine does not render them or their hidden parts. On our medium-end configuration it gives about 25% performance boost. But these numbers can differ from one PC to another. These were the main new features of the current build of Exoplanet First Contact. If you are interested in Exoplanet, you can support the development of the game by making a pre-order on our site. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us in social networks. Thanks for watching and see you in the next updates.